Alrighty, guys. Welcome to another week of the Hideout. We are here. We are straight and ready to go and make it happen. So, again, sorry last week that we didn't post on any website or any social media, letting y'all know that we were going to be out. But we're back. We're here, ready to go and start off. I'm gonna go ahead and say the new season.
So season 3?
Season 3, we'll call it. So
new background equals new season.
Yeah, for a new season. Exactly. He's right on point. So we're gonna go ahead and call it season 3. We covered Deadpool last time. It was an awesome episode. We went deep into the spoilers. So again, if you were not ready or if you've seen it, go tune in onto that episode. Again, we covered it. Again, we love to hear your comments. What you thought. We always get to see them later, so even if you watch the video later, hit us with a comment and we'll go about it and we'll talk to you and chit chat about it. But this episode we got a lot to talk about. D23 is throwing us a lot of bones, getting us ready for everything Marvel. I'm excited. I was just we were talking about it before everybody formally started. We were saying that D23 is the new Comic-Con, but he went into explaining, what's going on. What were you saying, really? So,
So I know with Comic-Con, it was Marvel had their 1 hour H hall.
H hall, yeah.
Yeah. And that's always where they did their things. But now, since Disney owns them, they already have the D23. So Marvel's done a couple of D23s already.
Mm-hmm.
But this time around, this year, I read that they're doing 2 different Marvel 1 hour panels. It's going to be Marvel Studios and then a whole nother Marvel Animations doing their stuff. So we might be able to get lucky and get a few different news articles on each side. So that hopefully they don't overlap too much.
Got it.
So
see, that's what. Comic-Con's done, right? That was
normally
2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, normally Comic-Con's only like the weekend.
Okay, so it was 2 weeks ago. We got a glimpse of Galactus.
Yes.
So we were talking about that. Again, if anyone is tuning in, what did y'all think about this Galactus? So me and him,
it was just a still,
and it was a quick. It was like a 30-second?
Yeah,
like not 30-second. Like a half a second, if that. 5 seconds, just the eyes going across the building. But help me out understand Galactus. So Galactus can morph sizes. He can shrink and grow as he pleases. Because again, he's, from my knowledge, he's eternal size. But I've seen some comic depictions and some like animated where he's like building size, like in New York and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
you know what? I'm not entirely sure because every comic I've read with him, he's always been like planet-eating size.
Yeah.
Like he's always been huge, and he always had the Herald going to help him do or whatever he needs to do. So, but I mean, I wouldn't put it past him considering the power cosmic is Galactus is freaking strong.
And he gives that to Silver Surfer?
Yeah.
The power cosmic? Yeah, so he's the
progenitor of that power. Okay. And I the comics and the movies are so different. But the thing that gets me is they had the 5 entities that created the stones or whatever. So these stones only work at this point, but the Celestials are made from planets and everything. But then there was that theory that I'm not sure I confirmed or not. I need to go back and try to reread it. But there was that theory of Galactus eating planets to stop have a Celestial being born in them to stop Celestials from spawning. But
because Celestials are out to go against him, right?
Yeah, they're like, it's a whole thing because supposedly the Big Bang was the ending of one universe and the beginning of the current universe. But Galactus was one of the few things that came from the previous universe, so that was his whole thing. And I remember that reading that in like some comic lore and everything, and I just thought it was really cool. But it just, I'm like, in the movies now they can't really use certain things all the way. So
And that's what's hard. Again, I am down for their own storyline, so I'm down to see what they're gonna use. And then again, with the confirmation that we got that last time, or the one of the times, was he's not one and done.
yeah,
He's gonna be a multi-series villain.
a lasting villain.
So
for once.
that is what I'm glad about. So we at least will get some lore, maybe we'll get some backstories of his. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just hope they do him justice. So it's in the Fantastic Four that he is coming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Fantastic Four. Let's see. We got a couple of release dates that we can talk about. So Fantastic Four with Galactus is on July 25th. Fantastic Four: The First Steps. So again, this expo has been showing a lot of pictures. So they showed a picture of the first family. So it was they were all in a seat, and again, it's a retro futuristic 60s or something like that. So we're getting a lot of news. I'm down for it. I really, how do I explain it? Like, this will be the third iteration. We cannot strike out, especially now with MCU at the helm. You know what I mean? Like, all eyes are on this first family, 100%. Right?
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, definitely.
Just the iconic four has hyped us up for I don't know how many years, like right now. So you know what I mean? I don't know. It's gonna be tough, I think, because they're such an important part, and that's because I don't know a lot of the lore, but there's such a heavy portion of the Secret Wars. You know what I mean? And for them to have been gone this whole time and just showing up right before the movies, before the movie,
that was my whole thing with them. With you telling me that the timeline was them being like in the 60s and everything. I'm like, no, see, how you gonna work that? My whole thing with the time stuff, it's
no, they were in the quantum realm where they were. No, you're right. Time, I did say time. Yeah.
I'm like, it's just a hard. I don't like time stuff sometimes because it's just.
And that's what me and friends were talking about it this past weekend, the last weekend. This multiverse gave us the opportunity to fix what we messed up, but now there's just so much.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just so much. We got the Loki thing going on. We got Deadpool that missed with the TVA just now. We got, freaking Eternals that haven't been touched, and we got the Blade or whatever going on. Like, we got Blade that stepped in the Eternals, made a voice feature. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna get Blade, but no, and we already got confirmation from Kevin Feige that Eternals are not coming anytime soon. Like, what is going? You know what I mean? I agree 100%. This whole time thing
it just messes it all up.
It's everywhere. So I really hope they run with the Loki bit where he's got it, you know what I mean, and they try to figure out something with the Secret Wars.
Yeah.
And they're already straight away. So fans, if y'all haven't been tuning in to the news, Marvel has now changed Kang Dynasty. As we spoke about it, I think that day we were like, it went to Marvel Avengers 5, but now they went and reverted it to now it Doomsday? Is the Doomsday. Yes. Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. So, guys, that's a whole nother. All right, so that's news.
I was reading
about that. We didn't get to talk about it.
I was reading that they were like, "Oh, Doomsday, the movie is going to be Doctor Doom trying to create Battleworld, which is taking a bunch of different universes and combining them into one." And I was like, "Okay, in the comics that happens," but I'm like, just because you're a multiversal right now doesn't mean you have the quality to pull this off. Like, you just introduced this guy and you're going to say he's powerful enough to pull it off like this? Like, in the movie realm, it's not.
So you're mad about the actual concept of the character, what they're going to do.
Yes.
I'm mad at who they casted.
Well, I was mad about that too.
So you walked away. Yeah, you walked away, man. Like, because Bree dropped the news right after the show. You know what I mean? Like, So Robert Downey Jr., guys. So if y'all are tuning in, chime in. I don't care. Like, let me know what y'all thought about that casting. Because, like, God dang it, man. Like, we had 10 years of this guy. We had 14 years of this guy. You know what I mean? Like, he did his part. Like the saying goes from Batman, like, ironically from DC, you know what I mean? Like, you live, what is it? You live long enough to die, if you live long enough to die a villain or whatever.
You live long enough to,
if you don't die a hero, you live long enough to become a villain, like, what? But he did die, and he still
came back. But I just don't like that casting so bad. I'm like,
it bugs me.
I was telling people, because some people were trying to justify it, and I'm like, how are you going to justify it? They're like, well, in the comics, Doctor Doom does become Iron Man. And I was like, yes, he does. And he actually does a better job at being Iron Man than Iron Man. But that still doesn't give... So you're saying Iron Man becoming Doctor Doom physically coming into this movie is going to be okay? I'm like, there's no reference. My thing is there's no Doctor Doom is this character and he's this powerful and he's done this and that. This fool becomes Sorcerer Supreme, is in control of his own country, so well liked in that country that when Fantastic Four come over there and try to be like, yo, he's actually a bad dude, everybody's like, not him, he's chill. Like, he's awesome. Like, he treats us fine. This dude portrayed Iron Man so well that he confronted Black Panther's god, like the actual Panther god, and they, like, in the comics he was basically saying, yeah, like, my way is the right way and this and that, whatever. And the Panther god's like, you're a little misguided, but you could actually do some good, so yeah, I ain't gonna bother you. This fool is that great. Yeah, you want to start him out with the face that we've already seen for, like you said, like 14 years, doing who knows what now. And it just, it bothers me so bad, because it just, you have no background history with this character at all. But you want to, Marvel's trying to play it safe by going back to something that worked for them, not just with the casting, but also with the Russo brothers. They're bringing back everything safe.
I agreed with the Russo. Because, I mean, with the Russo, we had the Infinity War and Endgame. You cannot touch those multi-billion-dollar films. They
also did... They were the ones that did the Winter Soldier. They did... Did they do Civil War?
Yeah, Civil War.
I feel like they should have waited on Civil War, personally.
Yeah, they did wrong with Civil War. They rushed it again. But, so that's where I'm at. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I agree with you 100%. They're falling back with that. But again, I stand with the Russos. The Russos did amazing cinematic, for MCU in general. But the casting of RDJ was just... I really... What I'm hoping is smoke and mirrors.
I'm hoping so.
I'm really hoping that they did the whole facade where he removes the mask. I'm hoping there's like another mask that's going to be removed later. You know what I mean? Like, I hope it is a quick multiversal. Like, if they're going to do multiverse, like, it's
take that Iron Man out or Doctor Doom out.
Kind of the sense of the Multiverse of Madness, where we saw the, Illuminati. Quick in and out, real quick scene, took them out, they were done. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'll be cool with that. Because I am 100% in agreement with you. We had Cillian Murphy. We had, that was being teased for that spot. We had, I think, Cavell was even like teased for it or something like that.
We've had a few teases.
So to get this familiar face, it burned me out, bro. I was like, like we were already talking about superhero burnout. And now I'm getting actor burnout. You know what I mean?
I've had actor burnout for a while. Not just with RDJ, but like there's some people that I'm like, all right, dude, you've been in like a movie or two movies every single year for like the past 3 years. Understand? You need to make your money. Okay, cool. But you need to know when to stop too. You made millions already. You could survive.
That's how. I mean, again, no bad blood, nothing wrong.
I mean, some
Chris Pratt.
Oh yeah, no, definitely him.
Again, he was eyed upon on Mario, but now we got him as Garfield. Like, come on.
And then also,
just give me
I want to throw out there is Chris Hemsworth with the Transformers.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like,
burnout with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all recast. You know what Marvel's doing? And I'm the only best way I could explain it in my head. You know what it is? Is they broke up with RDJ, and now they're regretting it. So they're like calling back their ex, and please come back. And he's just like, all right. And I'm like, even the reveal with the face mask and everything. I'm like, that's an Iron Man move. That's not a.
And then he put the glasses on afterwards, and everybody's like, "That's RGA."
Yeah,
that's Tony Stark. You know what I mean?
I'm like, that's not a Victor Von Doom.
Yep. So, alrighty, guys. So that is the realms of Fantastic Four. So we got Fantastic Four, Avengers, Doomsday. So that's those two news. What we got going on there. So. Not too excited about that Doomsday. We'll see what they do. Leads me into our next little bit of news, which is interesting as well. We discussed before Agatha. It was Agatha, Darkness Falls,
Dark Coven,
and the Dark Coven, Chaos of Coven, or Coven of Chaos. So now it's Agatha all along. And this is where I was getting to about what we were just talking about. So he has already shot parts as Immortus, and Immortus was creating the Darkhold, and he was basically the creator of the Darkhold, and Agatha figures that out, or there's some parts that was supposed to happen in this show, and then we now have no Kang, you know what I mean? So paid for this, did this, they have the filming. Like, what do you think? Do you think they're wrong for that whole just scrapping it entirely? To even help you where I want to lead you into what I want to ask is, we're in a multiverse, and they know this obviously now as they cast RDJ. Why do you think they went this route?
For casting RDJ or like scrapping
Doomsday from Kang, seeing that we're in the multiverse, why do you think they went that route?
Because Kang was such a big name. Like, if you were to throw out like big, huge, like these villains are always in, like, you know, have some end game plans. Thanos, Victor Von Doom, Kang.
Galactus.
You have Galactus. There's a lot actually. Killmonger comes back.
I was about to say Killmonger.
Shoot, a lot of the Spider-Man villains keep coming back.
But see, and that's what we need to touch base too, because he always talks about neighborhood, and they're talking about where they're trying to do street level people now, where like Daredevil teams up with Spider-Man and all that stuff. You know, because you don't got universal threats like Kingpin, you know, that are just citywide threats. You know what I mean? That can do some damage, but you know they're only, you know, those type. But you got those big ones that take, you know, that can take out universes. You know, those, I think, you know, again, the ones that you just named off. You know, so
I think that's why they went with Doom over Kang, because after everything that happened with Majors, they're like, we need another big name, and if you pull a name out of a hat, it's probably going to land on Doom, because Doom is such an iconic. Let me put it this way: Victor Von Doom becomes Iron Man, does a better job, becomes the Sorcerer Supreme when Strange is away. He creates Battleworld and holds the Infinity Gauntlet for a time. So Victor Von Doom is not somebody who's easily pushed off to the side.
But what I'm getting at is, like, why set up this universe? We had Victor Timely. We've touched Victor Timely in Loki. We got Kang in Quantumania. We have he's in multi storylines, right? You know what I mean? And then again, we are in this multiverse where we can now just just wishy-wash. I didn't see those guys. They're not the same face. Give me another guy.
Yeah.
He's a multiversal Kang. Keep the storyline. We wouldn't have gotten casted RDJ. We would have gone, that route.
Yeah.
Do you think they ixnayed it because they didn't want to face a backlash of recasting? Like the whole Wakanda for the Black Panther recasting? Like, do you think they overthought it?
I think they probably they overjumped their position, yeah. Because it just like recasting T'Challa was a difficult task, especially considering when he passed, it was for the fans it was kind of sudden, and it was also very saddening, everything. So they're like, we're gonna leave his legacy alone. But with Majors, it wasn't even though it was sudden, it wasn't, oh, we love this character. Oh, this person's actually done good. He was just kind of getting into the scene.
We loved him. He was just he was killing it in Loki. Yes, we got a snippet in Quantumania, which we hated for the portrayal of how he ended up dying or whatever.
I hated the dying. I actually enjoyed that portrayal of Kang.
Okay.
That probably is my favorite Kang.
Really? Okay. And then to Victor Timely.
Victor Timely. Timely was a good one too.
That one was good, man. Where we even went back to the one who remains or whatever.
He remains.
He remains. Where he even faked his stutter.
Yes.
Switched characters and bro.
Dude, he was really good.
So you know what I mean? He was just stepping into that role, but we hadn't I guess truly accepted him in that role yet. You know what I mean? So
everybody was still kind of getting used to him, filling him out. He's had a few roles, but none of them were enough to make us latch onto him quite yet. Mm-hmm. And when things happened, Disney doesn't want their name across the mud. It's Disney. We're family friendly. So that is no longer tolerated. This is not going to be seen. And so they're just going to scrap everything to do with it because
it was
attached to him. So if you were recast Kang, now they're going to be like, hey, who played Kang last? Look him up. You're going to see what he did before you see what has going on.
That's tough, man. See. I don't know.
If you go to look up Jonathan Majors in Google, you'll probably see Kang and whatever, but you're also going to see
first thing is allegations.
Yeah, first thing is. So out the gate, he's been in these movies, allegation. This movie was like this, or this portrayal of this allegation.
Is just articles of the allegation. Got it.
And it's just going to be terrible for Disney because they're not going to be like, well, we don't want that attached to us.
Dude, that's tough. Because I don't know. I just feel like they had the multiversal out. They had the reasoning to be able to cast it. There would have been.
They had all reasoning to cast.
That's what I'm saying. Why did they? We were already complaining about how fucked everything was. We were already complaining about trying to keep things straight, and you gotta get it. Just a wrench we weren't expecting, a freaking flat tire we weren't expecting. You know what I mean? But god damn it, slap a hubcap and say it looks like a Honda wheel, and go with it, bro. The town is right there. You were almost to the finish line.
No, for real though, because I really and did he ever get convicted for anything? Not convicted, but has he ever been charged completely?
I don't think so.
It's all allegations. Mm-hmm. See, that's what pisses me off more is because I'm just y'all ruined the potential that I saw with this Kang. If you actually were to see, because I didn't watch Ant-Man and the Wasp for a while until after I watched Loki. Mm-hmm. And seeing,
I remember you refused to have gone and see it.
Yeah. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to watch. But then, especially because I heard how he died, and I was like, nah, I don't want to. But then after watching the Loki, and I was like, okay, he played a pretty convincing Timely. And then that's, like you said, that switch that he did from pretending to be Timely to normal. I was like, okay, your acting is pretty. And then seeing him as Kang in Ant-Man and the Wasp, I was like, no, this guy needs a shot.
don't do wrong by this character.
Yes, don't like I felt like a vibe that I'm like, he's gonna portray this pretty damn well. He's gonna be like an RDJ of this character. Like people are gonna be synonymous with him, and that's what Disney probably didn't want.
And again, what hurt the most is we saw multi characters already of this guy. Immortus, what else? Victor Timely, He Who Remains, Kang the Conqueror. I don't think I think before all this happened, he wasn't the actual conqueror yet. Like he wasn't the actual baddest one of them yet. You know, so like I don't know.
Although to get you caught up in the quantum realm, that's that's pretty high up there.
So yeah, guys. So we got that as well. Doomsday is now so Agatha all along. It comes out September 18th. So we are now gonna see again what they did with this Immortus and the Darkhold. I am hoping that they make some sense of it. We see Wanda's body. So that's a big theory.
You know what?
So
I read somewhere, and I think it was from a Marvel executive that said that Wanda is dead in every universe across the way. And I was thinking about this because I was like, that's not possible because in the comics she's something known as a Nexus being, something that connects all universes. There's no other one except her. So then I started thinking about the damn Multiverse of Madness and how she's going through several things. I was like, there's only supposed to be like she's basically like America Chavez. There's only one definitive character of this person. How is Multiverse of Madness having you several people?
So that's why I thought about that too, because me and my niece talked about this, and she loves Wanda, and she knew about this character being a Nexus being.
Yeah,
he even like popped up in Loki or Nexus, like a Nexus event. You know what I mean? Like it's a altering event, altering event. So I said the same thing. Maybe there are multi of her like Wanda, but they're not the Scarlet Witch. So there's like all kinds of Wandas that have powers and like kind of have a hold of their abilities, but they didn't become the Scarlet Witch. You know what I mean? Maybe that's how I was trying to save it in my head.
I mean, I guess it's understandable that way too, because I'm like, okay, I'll halfway give you a pass for that one because it could be she could bounce between each of the universes as the Scarlet Witch to control a different Wanda. But it's like the same thing with the Phoenix Force. The Phoenix Force is a Nexus being. Like there's only one
definitive Phoenix Force. Yeah.
So to be able to go through the universe, even though it's confirmed in Marvel there's multi-universes, there's only one Phoenix Force. So there's only one gene that could harness that force.
So I'm hoping.
Which also brings me to Deadpool.
I hope they answer because why? What do you mean?
Because they don't say Nexus events or Nexus beings, but they create anchor beings. So is an anchor being something like a Nexus being?
Yep. Not the same thing.
So I'm like, but if that's the case, how is your universe supposed to live without you ever being involved in it years before your birth? That timeline had to be created before you were ever born. So how is your timeline supposed to anchor on you if you're not there?
Maybe it knows you're coming. There's a godlike being that knows that this string of life is for you. Like
Loki's like, oh yeah, I'll play some right
Logan, there. This red one is Deadpool. But yeah, dude, like I don't know, man. They got a tough few years ahead of them, I think. Yeah. As far as like storyline wise, like how they're gonna wrap it all. I mean, they better hope to God there ain't nobody with some secrets or bones in their closet, because this is already getting hard, man. It's getting really tough.
I was reading some rumors about Marvel saying that Secret Wars is going to be the MCU's restart button, and I'm just like, at this point, they kind of need it. especially if you're going to do a World War Hulk, right? I need that done properly. All the other ones I could give a pass so far, but do it right. Do it right.
And they got infinite characters, bro. Infinite. Like, you got Nova still. I got a confirmation that Kevin Feige said that that's in the works. Nova, the Nova Core that we barely touched. Let's see.
MCU could bring back Ghost Rider.
We got the what is it? Midnight Suns, Blade, Moon Knight, you know what I mean? Wolverine.
Yeah.
We have what else? Blaze line of stories and trilogies. The Midnight Suns could be, trilogies, Thunderbolts. All these lines that they got coming along. But
you could bring the mutants back in at that point,
and that's what I think he said. I think Secret Wars will definitively not in the MCU, but change into the mutant era. Don't quote me on that. I'll try to find an article for you guys. I'll post it on the Hydeout page. But this article mentioned that what the Secret Wars is going to do is we're slowly being introduced into these mutants, and then when Secret Wars comes, we're going to get the full force of the mutants, and then it's going to swap over to X-Men and the X-Men storylines and all that stuff. So, again, I'm down for the shakeup, because
it'll be kind of funny too, because I'm like, you had the actor who plays Kamala Khan.
Mm-hmm.
She was over there saying, this is about the MCU. She's like, this is universe 10,99999. And then you also had the Across the Spider-Verse say, oh, don't get me on the Spider-Man who in 10,999. And I'm like, you've had two references, one in movie lore and one character who knows their lore. What if they straight out say that the MCU, as much as everybody's been calling it the 616, is the 10999, and then this Secret Wars actually switches it to the 616?
616.
Yes.
Ooh. They got their hands full, bro. I give it to them. So Agatha All Along, September 18th, guys. Definitely we're gonna be covering it on the show, so you tune in on our shows. We'll be going over the episodes, of course, with spoilers, going over what we think might happen and everything. So tune in for that. So also we'll rush through this so we can talk about some My Hero. We got, again, D23 dropping some news, so just tune into the page. Anything newsworthy, we're going to go ahead and start posting on there. We got pictures of Red Hulk. We got pictures of off story, Lilo and Stitch, live action Lilo and Stitch. So again, D23 is coming up with some good stuff, so we're going to go ahead and post it on the page. That way we can jump into the main part of the story. But the last bit of news is I'm going to give everybody just another little touch base on movie date releases. Venom: The Last Dance we'll be covering again as well on the show. I'll be on October 25th. Captain America: Brave New World, February 14th. We got Daredevil: Born Again was confirmed for March 2025. We don't have an actual date, but it is coming March 2025. So excited about that. They came out on D23 as well. The whole cast is there. Foggy Nelson. What's her name? Paige. Charlie Cox, and John Bernthal, Punisher. So Punisher's but the crazy thing is Punisher's in there, but I heard sideline that Bullseye is actually again the main antagonist. So they didn't bring Bullseye out there, the character. So I don't know what they're planning on doing. Maybe another reveal on another con or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the antagonist. They said it's gonna be Bullseye, but they have John Bernthal. So we already know for sure we're getting a MCU Punisher. So I'm excited about that. So and again, Paige is back. I was scared. I think we covered it that Paige wasn't gonna be in the show or something like that.
Because there was what was going on here? Like
there was something I can't remember.
Thinking about recasting her, cutting her out entirely.
So I was really glad to see her on the stage. We have confirmation Thunderbolts May 2nd, 2025. And again, Fantastic Four, all eyes on that movie 100%, is going to be the Fantastic Four, The First Steps, July 25th. And little segue before we start, Black Panther, Eyes of Wakanda is going to be a series that's coming out. D23 is covering it. Again, check it out on the page, The Hideout. It's so far right now a 4-episode event, but we got another confirmation of a character that's coming into the MCU.
Which one now?
Our boy with the glowing fist, Iron Fist himself. So
he could go ahead and stay back in the Netflix era.
It might be the writing, bro. We might have just been the writing. Now we got MCU writers.
It's so crazy because I'm like, I need to see who did the writing, because the first season Jessica Jones was okay-ish. Not rewatchable, but okay. Daredevil, all 3 seasons, spectacular.
Yeah. But that was Netflix.
Yeah, it was Netflix. So I'm like, I need to see who wrote those, because if you bring those writers in the MCU, I'm glad.
Okay.
But I also need to see who the hell wrote Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
budget. It just like drained.
They said college students all the way down.
Straight up, like it went from top tier, workers, and it just like, we don't got enough money. Here we go. Endgame is coming out right now. This is all where the money's going. Like, So
it was.
Oh no, because that was Netflix.
Okay, yeah, it was Netflix. It wasn't even Marvel.
Messing up here, so I don't know. But yeah, so it's
just so crazy because Daredevil was good. The Defenders.
Wrapped it up good.
They wrapped it up good. It was really well done. What the hell happened with Iron Fist and Luke Cage?
I liked first season of Luke Cage.
It was okay. Yeah. It was okay.
Iron Fist really just. I don't think they had the right people
working on it.
The story. Again, they had this dragon character that was in the dark, and you didn't know. Like, I think if they would have just had like the lore from the forefront, I really think it was shitty writing, honestly.
Probably.
So I'm hoping MCU brings some better writers. But yes, heads up, we are getting a Iron Fist into the MCU. You heard it here on the Hideout, guys. First. Mark the day, 8/10, 2024. But yeah, guys. So
you're gonna have somebody researching it, be like, it was actually July 29th.
So they stole it from an article from IGN that was 10 hours before their podcast. Like, so
why are you all lying?
Yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm super excited about that. It's called Eyes of Wakanda. So I'm interested to see what the plot is of that, but that is again a confirmation that he is going to be coming to assist someone in Wakanda or something or whatever, and they're trying to understand something ancestral. So
isn't it animation?
No.
Okay.
So but speaking of that is one way that they show Wanda or Agatha is Marvel Television. So now we got Marvel Animation, Marvel Television, and Marvel Studios. So I'm interested to see what they're branching out and what.
Honestly, I enjoy that too, because now they have different budgets. So their budgets are separated.
I didn't think about that. Yeah. Okay.
So with different,
so zombies can go harder. Like more money can go.
Now they don't have to allocate their money to the big movies. The movies are just studios. The animations are animation, and then TVs is just TV. So their budget spread is different.
I love it. I like what they're going. Alrighty, guys. So if you are just tuning in, we just got done covering everything as far as news wise. That is everything as far as what we got going on as the D23, which again we'll be posting on the page. So anything that they're releasing, we're gonna be posting up. We got Red Hulk, Brave New World. We got again Agatha All Along, the new trailer. They have Ironheart, but we haven't gotten very much confirmation of what's going on with Ironheart. Just a whole bunch. So again, what Emmanuel was explaining was an hour, right?
For what?
For the 2 slots at D23?
Yeah. At D23, it's an hour for studios and an hour for animations.
Cool. So that is what's happening. So anything that y'all just tuned in check out the page, and we'll cover everything on those as they come out. Again, everything Marvel, DC, and animation. So let's see. Oh, June tuned in. What's going on?
Hey.
Animation can still be expensive though. Heck yeah. Good animation, exactly.
Yes.
I mean, we're seeing it with Demon Slayer. I mean, Ufotable is dropping dimes. They're like all expenses, like Ufotable is
because
Oprah right now. Like
Ufotable saying, "Yo, they already did the story. All we have to do is make it."
Exactly.
We don't have to worry about writing. We don't have to worry about anything else but making it.
And it goes back to what we talk about. Like, they have the blueprint and they're just doing it. They're not adding no little flavor. They're not trying to go off book. They're literally, I want to animate this.
They kind of went off book a little bit.
On this last one.
Yeah, on this last, but it was not that bad.
But I agree, June, a good animation is going to take some money, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm glad.
But now that they have their own animation studio, it's not Marvel Studios anymore. It's Marvel Animation Studios.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So hopefully they can hire the good writers.
Yes.
Hopefully they can hire, take your time, Marvel. I don't care. Like, I really don't. We waited for Deadpool till right now. Like, you know what I mean? And look at what
you
we
waited
got.
for Deadpool because you didn't know it was coming out.
But look at what we got, though. The what we wanted. Like, again, Marvel, if you're listening, I'm looking at you right in the face here. Like, just listen to the fans. That's it. Like, I mean, go to the comment boards. Take your writers. Have a big old screen of like 72-inch screens. All of them combined, and then comments and just like, oh, look at Junebug 26 said, we need a last man, this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? Like, okay, and that's it. I feel like all their problems would be, solved. Like, just having fans help them out, you know what I mean? Like, or goes back to having a Henry Cavill or having someone that is passionate of the character of what is it, Amani, that's her name, Amani something. That are like true to their lore, that want to envelop that character to bring it to the screen, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and she wrote her own comic book. Like, that's how much of a fan and how true she is to the lore. Is she wrote her own like comic book. She's a author to one of the Kamala Khan's like lines of comics right now. So I don't know.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, the coming from where she just was like cosplaying to being called for Miss Marvel, like,
to actually writing some of the freaking comics.
She's living the life, guys. That's the freaking dopest thing. Dopest story that's come out of MCU. I think one of the cooler stories. So yeah. So, Marvel, if you're listening, just take your time and listen to the fans. But on to the juicy stuff.
Speaking of animations,
we're gonna cut it short and call them animes now. And but My Hero, guys, we're gonna talk My Hero today. So we
so if you haven't caught up yet, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers ahead. So we're on all the way up to the latest episode that just came out.
I'm ahead.
And he's all the way done with the manga. So all you fans that are tuning in, manga is for My Hero completely finished.
I will give you the exact date too, because
it was August 2nd, if I'm not mistaken.
It was updated on the Shonen Jump site for the last chapter 430, August 4th.
August 4th. So My Hero is now completely finished. So if you're down for My Hero and want to know the juicy deets, you can go ahead and start from where we're at on the anime and go read the manga. One of the content creators I follow, Dr. Applesauce, he just recently started doing that. He went into the manga and just fell in love with manga.
The manga's amazing.
Manga's a whole nother thing, and we were talking about it before the show. He's showing me. So this episode, guys, is insane. Like my shirt, I don't know if y'all can see. I'll get up to show the fans. So it's the battle of the sides. You got the school.
I mean, my shirt's kind of relevant. It's a team up.
Ant-Man. Oh, Giant Man.
Giant Man. Back before he became an ant.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. That's dope. Sergeant Fury.
Yep.
Was good.
You notice there's people missing. There ain't no
there's no female characters.
There ain't no Cap.
Oh.
And there's no what's his name? Hawkeye or Black Widow. So
that's wild.
Yeah. Original OGs right here.
Clip. 1960 1964.
64.
Can you imagine?
The golden era of comics.
Yep. But badass. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. His is better. No.
But, yours is up to date. Mine is history.
I like that. I was this show, guys, like I got told way back when, like, I mean, when we were, the concept of the show was even being brought up with one of our friends, Sergio, and he just told me, just wait, and I couldn't fathom, like, I mean, like, during that time, I don't know where we were at. I think we were still in the training. I think
so. You're still still in school.
And he was like, just wait, bro, just wait. Like,
and you know what's crazy is, I think when we told you just wait, at that time we were either in or around
this right here, right?
No, not even. We were because that was a couple years ago, or like a year, 2 years, like a year or two ago. We were either in or around the vigilante era of Deku.
Oh,
so dang. That's what we were telling you to wait for, really, like that whole.
So he hadn't even told me to wait to see all this
yet.
Shoo. But guys, so this last episode highlighted a character. It's in the hashtags. Mirko. That chick. Part of my language. I don't know if I'll beep this out later. I put it. We're on explicit, but she a bad bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she a bad bitch. Like, she went off. Like, again, we talked about this. Like, the manga to the anime, where we're gonna be distinguishing right here, is she was going ham. Like, they just lost Bakugo, and they're in shock.
How'd you feel about that?
My boy went out. Swinging, son. Like, went out swinging, showed his moment of, like, realization, like, yo, this is it. Like,
I enjoy the fact that they had, he basically did what Deku did. Like, he came a full circle. He's like, so this is how you had to work, because he's like, you couldn't do anything before, so you had to analyze everything. So he's like, this feeling of helplessness, I understand where you're coming from now.
Had to use thoughts.
Yes.
And, like, because he was mumbling, right? Like, I think one of the scenes, like, he had gotten knocked unconscious or something.
Yeah, he got his arm, that was when his arm got broken and everything.
And Best Genius, like, caught him, and he was, like, mumbling something, like, left, right,
right finger twitch. Like,
so, like, that's crazy, bro. Like, that is so wild. But yeah, dude, my boy went out. It hurt. I was kind of hurt. I was like, damn it, man. Like, because again, he just was that's Deku's boy, bro. Like, he knew he was in trouble when Deku got pulled away. You know what I mean? And he held it down for the squad, bro. Like, he amped up the squad, and he was just the kid. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't the teacher. Like, he was the,
him and Mariko were the ampies, because them two together just.
But she stayed loco. Like, he sobered up, like, stone cold there at the end. Like, he knew what he was gonna have to do. Mirko's like, yo, I don't give a shit. Like, you going down on me, like, take my right arm, take my left arm, like, I don't care. Like,
she went hard, man.
So
she was
on this anime, like, she is attacking him on all fours at one point, and again, she took his left arm at the way back when, and then she at this moment went for another attack, and his body manipulator thing grabbed her other arm and ripped that one off. And when that happened, again, Best Genius is in the mix. Best Genius sends a tourniquet and like tourniquets her arm. They're on like adrenaline because Bakugo went out.
Yeah,
so
he had
just got done, and so they're screaming at the top of their lungs, like, go all out, like, this is it, there's no more playing. So she's going, and what we're about to describe is when on this anime, it's legit on the anime, like they animated it so amazingly. So she's running on all fours on the open wounds, my guys, like just freaking running on these open wounds, coming at this guy like, I'm about to wreck your world, even though you're killing me every shot I'm going in. You're killing me little by little. Like she's going in, and on that manga, man, like when on the anime when they have the wide out eyes, I think that's just a whole nother level. Like when Goku powered up and he had wide out eyes. Like when they get knocked out and they're wide out, like you know what I mean. Like those, it shows a sign of seriousness. I don't know, like when you show me that manga piece, bro,
dude.
Like I mean,
like, for me, when I read it,
you had
and I finished the manga, and because I'm just rereading it all. When I reread it to keep up to date, I was like, nah, I gotta go watch these episodes because I need to see this. I need to see her go off animated. And when I saw it, I was like, that was awesome. Rewind, because I can't appreciate it unless I actually rewind this stuff, because it was done. It was just real quick, bounce out. And I was just like, y'all don't understand the level of dedication. Because when she went off in the manga, it was done. It was crazy. It was you feel like the ferocity that she had. It was just like, man, I don't know exactly how she was just
she left you speechless. I've never seen you like this right now. Like you like can't even explain it. The manga, you can't even explain the manga right now.
I'm like, this is one of the few times where the animation did not do the manga justice. And I thought, if anything, it would be better.
You think so?
I was expecting her to like that stump that she had, just to like do the blood squirts a little bit here and there. Have her the whiteout eyes, like you said. Have her like the rage pop through, and it didn't pop through as well in the animation as it did in the manga. And I'm like, the manga, of course, it's the original source. So you're gonna get a lot more out of it because it's a still image. But
so my question is, like, do you feel like, how do I ask this? What makes them make those changes? What do you think makes them make those changes?
Most of it is for the fans, like underage fans, and like I had this discussion like with my wife and with another person at work, and a lot of people don't like mangas doing certain things.
Particularly, so mangas are still
like
looked down on in a way, still
sometimes
due to the gore in a way.
Some of them are to the gore, but other ones are. Mangas is geared toward teenage boys, mostly. Mostly. So that's why you get those over exaggerated features with the women. That's why you get those scenes where they're like, certain things are ripping off. And so it's always going to be like that. But it's geared toward teenage boys. But the animation, even though the animation is geared, it's based off the same audience, younger people still watch it. So they have to dial back a lot of different things. It's not. I don't think it's necessarily to censor it as hard as they want to, but it's because they know their fan bases aren't who they're targeting. It's going to be younger. So they have to tweak it enough to make it not as harsh, but still try to be as close to it as they can, I guess.
Okay. Interesting. I never thought of it like that. Because I always just thought about that. Like, why have it and like have people like you, like, I wonder if the animators read it and feel like that, and they're like, I gotta put this image on the screen, you know what I mean? Like, just get to that wide-eyed, Miracle. I want to get there. I want to get there. You know what I mean?
Like, there's a handful
why
of
not
moments.
use that panel as inspiration to
actually just put it try to freaking copy and paste it up there. But there's a handful of images like that I could tell you go as great as the manga. And one of them has to be the pain floating in the air when he does the almighty push to destroy. That animation was very, very good. And then Naruto, when Hinata, got KO'd by pain, that rage that you felt on the... Granted, the animation was a little wonky on Naruto sometimes. Yeah. But that rage that you felt, it was in the manga.
But to have the Akatsuki music going off in the background, bro, honestly, that score for the Akatsuki dog was hands down one of the best scores I ever... Anytime that score came on, I was like, "Oh shit, about to go down."
Dude. Honestly, sometimes I want to reread certain mangas with the scores that they have from the anime. Just reading because I'm like, yo, it needs in my head sometimes when I read certain things, especially if it's just not an anime but just a regular book. Yeah. My brain will accompany a song with certain things that are going on sometimes because I was like, hilarious. If it's this hilarious, if it's this theme now.
I literally, when I think about writing scripts and because that's a dream of mine, maybe writing a movie one day, I always think about the movie, the song, the score that's going on. I know that's not even my job. I don't think that's even should be a part of the writing at that time. Yeah. But it is what runs through my mind. I'm like, okay, it's a pan through, open fields and I can see, making my way downtown, running through my mind, you know what I mean?
There's some songs because I try to dabble with writing certain things because my brain just constantly going. So it's I can have 4 or 5 different things in my head at once, and I have trouble actually putting it down. So sometimes I have to write sporadically. Yeah. But there's some songs that I listen to, or I'll stumble across, and I was like, dude, that song sounds cool. And then a scene from one of the things I'm trying to think of starts playing that I never thought of before, but now that song is a forever accompany to that. And now hilarious. That when I want that scene to play, I play that song.
So and then when you actually see it, it doesn't play. It is it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It won't work. But there's some songs and I'm just if I had the skills to draw, I would attach if I how some you don't know, but some manga creators, they have their little notes inside the actual manga. So if I were to bring a Demon Slayer book, you'll see inside of one of the pages where there's a chapter break, you'll see that the author would leave a note or something, or you'll see his little crocodile picture or her crocodile picture saying something weird or info or whatever. Okay. I'm I'll totally be yo, y'all should play this song at this time right now. And then next page just have the song start. And you're just yeah, that
the little what is it, music cards that
I wish it was something like that, because
you open a manga and it starts playing a freaking song. Change the pages a different song.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
That'd be legit.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's a concept right there.
I need you to feel exactly what I was feeling.
Score music can make or break a scene 100%.
Oh, it really can.
I love those videos on Facebook where it's the music makes the moment, and it's a sad scene but a funny song is playing at that time.
Dude, those
are the greatest.
There was one where it was a funny scene, but they put sad music, so it made it so awkward, and I was I'm not supposed to laugh, I think. I don't know.
I don't know if I'm supposed to cry right now.
Oh man, but no, dude.
Yeah, so that's what I agree 100%. They should be able at one point in time just copy and paste the panel that they want. This one right here just calls me. I want that, and then I go backwards from that. Yes. You know what I mean? To get to that one, I want to get there. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but so they had that. So then we get another glimpse at another badass hero. Jesus, I said his name earlier too.
Headshot.
He I seen him zipping around and doing his thing, and I've seen him a couple of times, but I didn't think I like again because they went into narrating his
powers,
quirk and stuff. That's freaking wild,
it
yo.
is,
like wild. And then he said that he's like, I've been through enough bodies or whatever to know how insides are.
Yes.
I was like,
and I love when he said that. You see him go zip through like 5 people, come out, and then they all just fall. I was like, yes, that's awesome. That was a perfect time to play that scene.
So that was dope to see Ed shot. Spoilers. I'm asking for it. Is that for sure? That's for sure done with him because he's talking about becoming that Bakugo's heart.
I can't.
Yeah, you would definitely ruin. No, don't take that back. Take that back. Do not answer that because he's pumping his heart right now, guys. Like again,
he's doing CPR from inside the body
to the inside of this body. Like that's where this amazing hero. That's why the title of our today's show is Who's Your Hero? God, David, I forgot favorite. All right, the title of today's show is supposed to be "Who's Your Favorite Hero?" So
I mean, the title still technically works because Bakugo is saved by Edshot. So who's your hero?
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna change it. I don't know. So you get a glimpse of these different heroes now, and it's pretty cool. Edshot when did his thing. Best Genius. Throwing in, his,
trying to abilities,
what I mean? Like, dude, man, like, my boy Best Genius is hurting because that is his mentee, right?
Yes.
So, oh my goodness. So, he's not feeling a pulse. Grayed out eyes. My boy again went out.
Broken arm too on top
broken
of it.
arm. But where we're getting at is where he went out swinging is now something's going on with Shigaraki.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe help me out. Was it Bakugo or was it what's going on with All for One? Because that is a whole thing too. It is
a whole thing, and honestly, I think at that point it's a combo of both. Because with Eraser and the other kid using their abilities to stop Shigaraki's quirks. He doesn't have regeneration, but his body is super durable. It's like prime All Might, like he would say. Like All Might in his prime could take us so much. So the thing is, you're taking damage over and over, accumulating this over and over and over again. Bakugo's attack wasn't nothing to sneeze at. Like that was something that hurt
right there.
Yeah.
Like.
And then you have other heroes coming in, that plasma cannon, which is crazy, hitting you, and just like so much stuff going on, but your mental state is fractured. He's not Tomura, but he's not All for One. So it's almost like that fight for power. But then I think they did show it in the anime too, where you see that like a little kid inside covered by hands. So it's not even because Tomura Shigaraki isn't even his real name, I believe.
Yeah.
It's his persona to protect himself from everything that had happened. So you have technically 3 whole personalities. One that is scared and tucked away, but the other 2 full on fighting for this. And it's both fueled with anger beyond anything that anybody's ever done. So he's just
losing control, you think?
Because I mean, you've seen it too with All for One when he was battling Endeavor and the quirks pulled him back. He's doesn't have control as well as he used to. But even in this body, Shigaraki's personality is so powerful beyond expectations that it's kind of fighting against One for All more than they
just
ever
accepting it.
Yeah.
Got it. Man, but like they have taken it, they have thought so far ahead now, leaning on to what you're saying right here. So he didn't know that he was going to go through all that frenzy.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is what All for One wasn't prepared for.
Yeah.
But as far as everything else, he is prepared for. Like right now, he what just happened to him. He got burnt to a crisp by Endeavor. Freaking prominence burn. Smiled through that hole and said, I saw this coming. And was like, starts becoming this beautiful man. Like
going back to his original state.
Prime freaking all for one. So
that was another thing. He's like,
I'm not naked cool or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, you can't be cool naked, but in the anime he's like, fighting in the buff isn't my style.
Oh, bro, yeah. In the manga, that's what he says.
I was like, I think I prefer the manga version.
Yeah, I think I'll take the manga on that one because he says, I don't fighting naked is not cool or something like that. I can't remember. But that was wild, yo. So the doctor saw it coming, prepared a bottle of the blood of Erie because that's what they were using to reverse quirks at the very beginning of the show back on like season 4. So then he reverse engineered it, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
he instead of trying to do the deletion from the gun
the
weapon that they did, he just
reverse aging.
Yeah, he did the reverse aging of the original quirk. So that dude's ability is actually really strong too. It's really something else.
So now we got Prime all for one coming out the mix right now at the Ashes. Went and killed this girl like it was nothing. Like he said, his body was light as a feather. Zipped down. He's like, I need clothes. Started taking homegirl's clothes.
Just took her clothes and started taking her quirk.
Yeah, and I was just like, yo, this is freaking insane. And then again, Endeavor's frozen stiff because he's seeing Prime all for one right now. Like, just gave it all he got. He's got a hole in his side, right? I think he's got a big old gash. Freaking Hawks ain't at his top right now because he's got all his feathers got burned, pushing Endeavor to get, in front of all for one. So there's so much going on, guys. I don't know if you're following me here. So then, now, my boy zipping through his body. Bakugo's getting his chest, compressions through the inside, and they call for 2 seconds.
Yep. And all you need is 2 seconds. Just hold them.
And Lemillion, my boy Lemillion, getting tossed aside. And why is that? So is it because his permeation, he's not able to do nothing but dodge?
Well,
is that why he's kind of just like, yeah, you're nobody to me?
Yeah, he can't do nothing but dodge, but then at the same time too, he can't hurt him. So he's like, your quirk is meaningless. There's no point in fighting some. It's like trying to fight a fly. It's not gonna hurt you. It's just annoying. So there's no point. Once I'm done with everything else, you're gonna be gone with the rest of them.
And that hurt me, bro. It hurt. Lemillion's hurt me through the screen. Like, he's like, why is he avoiding me? Like, he's not. I want to get beat down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I never wanted to get beat down before, but like, I felt it for Lemillion. Like,
he's like, punch me once,
please, bro. Like, I want some love here. Like, so when he was disappointed, like, he's going through emotions. And you think this guy's coming up with like the most ingenious plan, guys? Like, this is.
I just have to stall him for like 2 seconds.
They said 2 seconds. Best Jean is freaking out. Homie's getting chest, compressions inside of Bakugo. But Miriko's knocked out on a tree. Who else is there?
The top 3. The Sun Eater and the
Sun Eater is knocked out, done cold too, and Homegirl for the Whirlwinds is out cold. So, my boy, going through it, guys. He is thinking of his kill shot, edge shot.
Night Eye.
Night Eye. There we go. Night Eye. Thinking about him and all those, and I forgot about that. That was a tough episode too when he homie passed. That was his mentor, right?
Yeah.
And so then. My boy came clutch.
Oh my god!
Said Peachy Keen in the anime, but on the manga,
it was Full Moon Horizon.
Full Moon Horizon. So this guy's ultimate plan, guys, to stall for 2 seconds. And I feel like this was taken from the book of Naruto.
For real.
You know what I mean? Like, so he he mooned Shigaraki, guys. Like, just mooned him like big old ass cheeks in the ground. A watermelon just sticking out. And it was the and we needed it, guys. That's what I told Emmanuel. I was like, we've had so much heartfelt moments right now. Like, we've had so much heart tugs, like so many there's like tense moments. We needed this. Like, we needed this little bit of humor for Leave It to Lemillion to just moon Shigaraki. Shigaraki literally stunned, like,
yeah.
What am I looking at right now?
He's like, this is your plan? He's like,
butt cheeks in the ground, came out of nowhere. Like,
it was like, hold on. He's like, you're still a teenager. I ain't trying to be new Drake and P. Diddy up in here. Calm down.
So he stops, and this is where it gets intense. Deku comes in with that whip, bro. Like, came in, slingshot, and hit, and did this when he spinned him. Ooh, and that's where it stops, guys. Like, I can't even explain to you right now the frustration that had filled my body, because right now, and they're famous for it, they're going on a hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
So they leave us with this. So yeah, let me know about that hiatus. So they skipped a week, they came back, which was last episode. So now we're being skipped again because we were supposed to have another episode this week and didn't get one. So my buddy Emmanuel right here is about to let us know the news and unfortunate news of My Hero. And that'll be what ends the show today, guys. But yeah, guys, My Hero, on point, Bone Studio. It has some stuff that it needs to work on. Again, you know, as far as like just giving us a little bit more gore. I think I think Emmanuel agrees. You know, just a tad, not even like maybe over exaggerating it, but show us the darkness that the manga is. You know what I mean?
No, for real.
You know, we got a few more seasons. If Bone Studios listens, I think they can really hone in and finish this manga the right way. So I do agree with Emmanuel. It needs a little bit of a darker tone, but overall, guys, My Hero, one of the best ones coming out right now. It's doing its thing. I enjoy it. I hope y'all follow. It's amazing.
I am not getting any updates for the end of their hiatus. They just announced a hiatus.
They just announced it?
Yeah.
Oh, alrighty, guys. So just stay tuned to the page. I'll make sure to post it there. Again, we are going to be covering, that is what we were covering at the moment, is My Hero. We got a full season 3 ahead of us, so I guess I could say that.
Oh no, that's an older one. My bad. That's an older one.
No, you're good. You got a full season 3. Like I said, we announced it today. Season 3 of the Hydeout has started. This will be episode 1, if you want to call it that. Change of the background, you know, all that good stuff. But we got a full cool season 3. Hopefully, we want to bring y'all more guests. We'll definitely bring Nathan back on the show. One of our best episodes that we had here on the Hydeout. Again, we're gonna try to go to some Comic-Cons. We're gonna try to go to at least one on this season to be able to, you know, bring y'all closer to what we love out there and see what we going on. Again, that's a possibility. And then again, tune in with us. We're gonna stay again, you know, watching these movies that come out. We got Venom and something else, and September 3rd or 17th, Agatha, 18th, Agatha 18th, all along. Yeah. So and October 25th. And I think that'll finish off our year with Marvel and or DC movies. I don't know. So
DC's
Joker.
I didn't care about that one. I I'll watch it because we have to, but I don't care about that one. I mean, for real, this is me not like, I just don't like the Joker, the current
portrayal is going on.
Yeah. Give me OG comic book Joker. But the Creatures Commando come out this year.
That's right. At the end of the year.
Yes.
So Creatures Commando DC, that'll
You
start.
were the one all hyped about it.
Yeah. I forgot. But no, I'm actually excited again because that was revealed too. DC's logo, which everybody was pissed about. So DCU's logo for the DC is the DC logo.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Like,
everyone was pissed. Everyone was like, "Well, what did you do? You didn't do nothing. Like, it's just the DC logo." And it was like, you cannot win in this world, guys. You cannot. Like, I'm assuming this guy said in his head, because I want to stay true to these comics, let's keep this logo.
We're gonna stay true to the comic.
For the fans, and here we get fans pissed that he didn't change the logo. Like,
they're over here like Marvel carrying
the MCU. Why didn't the DCU do something? Like, I'm over it, guys.
They're faking it. It's going to be the DC logo, but then at the outside, it's going to be a dark U. For how dark the universe is going to be.
What are you, DC Universe? You're so. What does he say? You're so dark. Are you for the DC Universe? But yeah, guys. So we got quite a bit going on. So Creatures Commando's coming out. So that will be awesome. So yeah, guys. Season 3 is gonna be awesome. I'm excited. We'll have another maybe not a Hot Wings. I'm sorry, guys. We'll do maybe another mystery box or something, but I don't think my gut can take a Hot Wings challenge anymore, guys. But yeah, man. Thank y'all guys again for tuning in. Super excited. We got an action-packed season 3. I'm super stoked with it. Anime is gonna be going hard. We got Claymore on the board. We're thinking about. We're thinking about maybe Code Geass. We're gonna finish My Hero. We got Fate Zero. We're gonna have Nathan on board for that. Again, just a whole slew going on. So stay tuned. Tune into the page, like the page, follow, and then again we got Spotify going on, guys. So again, tune into Spotify every week after the episodes. And yeah, man. So thank y'all guys. Another awesome episode. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all be safe.
Appreciate y'all for joining us.